My name is Reenie Brewer. The day after Mikey's 15th birthday, October 12th, he was set on fire by some of his peers. And they didn't help him after they set him on fire. He saved himself. He climbed a fence, dove into a swimming pool, and put the fire out. He had the sense to cover his face, so his face is left potentially unscarred. Many months later, he has surpassed anything the doctors had promised us and is doing beautifully. He plays, he's got full range of motion, he has horrific scars, but we call them his battle scars. So he's dealing with that end of things as well also. Because of this, and because of the unkindness solicited by these boys that have been to my home and his parents' home, we decided that we needed to do something about what's going on in the world today. And I'd like to take responsibility personally, as an adult, as a grandmother, a great-grandmother, and a mom, for the way the world is going. And I want to remind everybody that as the adults and as the leaders, this is our job, not theirs. It's our job, and when something like this happens, it's a reflection directly on us. So we must become better leaders. We must care more. We must be more observant of what's going on with our children, all of us. Not just moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, not just teachers, not just the clergymen, even the lady in Publix, even the man in 7-Eleven has to start paying attention to what our youth and our children are doing. I think we know our children very well, and I think that if we're just paying closer attention, there will be many signs. There will be signs like not wanting to go to school, fighting with you about going to school, not doing well in school, not wanting to go outside, not wanting to go to a friend's house where they used to go, not wanting to invite their friends to family functions or picnics or gatherings. This means your child is not socially developing the way he should. And the reason for that could be because he's being picked on or she's being picked on. And if that's true, you need to step in and do something about it. You need to be observant, and you need to talk with them about it so that they understand that this is not anything that's so personal. Many, many times if a child is picked on, it's because they're in a position so that they're almost like a target. So you have to teach them to not be a target. You have to teach them to stand up for themselves without these, with this. You have to teach them to be kinder and make friends of their enemies. But I think if you're being observant, you'll catch on to all of these things. There are things that children just don't do. Staying in their room all night long and all day long and not wanting to go to school is not a good sign. I think you'll find that bullies are not born, they're made. Bullies have been bullied by someone else. That's how they learned how to bully. If you have a child that, you'll find this out at age 3. Age 3, you'll see a bully in a play yard. Age 4, age 5, you'll see the bully, you'll see the socialite, you'll see the crybaby, and you'll see the one that, you know, is a loner, wants to stay all by themselves. You'll see them already. If you think a child is angry and needs to vent some of that anger, I spoke today about exercise. I spoke today about using up some of that energy. It's a good way to clear yourself. I bought a trampoline for the grandchildren. If they're fighting with each other, I've watched. One goes out and jumps all by themselves. They've learned that on their own, that jumping and getting rid of everything is good for them when they have a pent-up anger. But again, this is about observance. This is about paying attention. This is our job. They didn't ask for this. We brought them here. We have to take care of them. If we're different, if we're overweight, if we're a different color, if we have an accent, if we have strange teeth, if we have really, really curly, bright red hair, somebody might pick on us. We need to remember to embrace our differences, even as adults. And while we embrace them, the kids see us embrace them. And it doesn't become such a big deal to ostracize somebody else for being different. At one of the lectures I gave, I asked everybody if they've ever done a 1,000-piece puzzle. Everybody shook their heads yes. And I said, if you look at every piece is different. The reason for that is so that we fit together. If all the pieces were the same, we just fit together like this. But to be integrated and to be the beautiful picture that we are, we have to be different.